All right, how's it going, everybody? This is 12.3, power of a power and power of a quotient together. Okay, so power of a power, and you see this in algebra 2 also. All right, so power over power, we have some power, you raise it to a power again, we are multiplying those powers together, those exponents. All right, like 3 cubed, and you raise that to another power, squared, then you're going to multiply 3 times 2, 3 times 2, which will be 6. Right, so 3 to the 6th power is 729. Okay, or what you can do is just write it out. We have two of these, we just write them out. 2/3 to the 3rd power twice. Right, there's 6 2's all together, so it's 2 to the 6th, which is 64. Same with x's. You have x squared 4 times. Right, just write out 4 times. Then you can write out all your factors. You have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. Right, add them all together. It's x to the 8th. Right, or 2 times 4 is 8. Same as if it's a fraction, same thing, just write it out. So squared, write it out twice. And then see what you have, cancel, if you can. Okay, so let's try these. Okay, so first one, what we're doing is writing it out, right? So you know powers already. So we have 2 to the 4th twice. So it's right, 2 to the 4th 2 times. Right, we just write out our factors. Right, so we have 2 to the 4th twice. Because of that squared, right? It tells us we have that twice. So we write it out. And then we can write out our factors from here, right? We can either add exponents, because we know we have the same base as 2 to the 8th power, or if we want to write it all out, we have 4 2's for the first one, and then you have 4 more 2's. So a total of 8, right? So add them all together, you get 8. So 2 to the 8th power, right there. 2 to the 8th power, right? Or you could just add exponents, 4 plus 4, 8, right? 2 to the 8th power. Okay, number 2, so now we have 3 to the negative 2 power 3 times. So we're just going to write that out. 3 to the negative 2 power 3 times. 3 times, that's all it is. Right, and your negative exponents, remember, goes on the bottom. So this is going to flip, right? So we left with 1 over 3 squared times 1 over 3 squared times 1 over 3 squared. And we can put those together. On the bottom we have 3 times 3, 3 times 3, 3 times 3, 3 times. Right, so that's just going to be 1 over 3, right, 2, 4, 6 times. So 3 to the 6th power. Right there. Okay, so remember negative exponents we flip, right? Remember that? We flip it. We flip. Right, so that's why it flipped like that. 1 over 3 squared. Or another way is, if you know the shortcut, right, you could just multiply these two numbers right there. That's another way to do it. Right, if you multiply negative 2 times 3, you get 3 to the negative 6th power. Right over here, 3 to the negative 6th power, and you flip it, it's going to be 1 over 3 to the 6th power. Same thing. Right, that'll be the shortcut there. For the most part, I want you to write it out though. Okay, number 3. So we have 2 of these, right? For the squared. So 2 to the 3rd power over 2 to the 4th power times itself, right? Because we have twice. From our exponent, we have twice. Then we figure out what that is, right? So in the numerator, we have 2 3 times, and we have 3 times again. Denominator, we have 4 times, twice, and then remember this would be cancel. 1 2 3 4 5 6. They all cancel on the numerator, so just 1. Denominator, we have 2 times 2, which is 2 squared, which is 1 over 4. Right, so this is 1 over 2 squared, which is 1 over 4. So these ones, right? So these ones, if you just write them out all the time, you never go wrong. And just cancel. You always end up with the correct answer. So you don't have to worry about the rules or shortcuts, right? If you always write it out, it'll always come out to the same answer. It'll always be correct. Okay, this one, you have 4a squared twice now. All right, so 4a squared times 4a squared. You have it 2 times, right? Because it's squared here. Then we write that out, right? So we have 4 times a twice. Remember this? And we have 4 times a twice again. And we multiply there, right? So multiply. So we get 4 times 4, 16. And how many a's we have? We have 4 a's. So this is a to the 4th power. 16 a to the 4th power. All right, and you can kind of see right here, we're squaring everything in here, right? So if you did 4 squared, it's 16. And a squared, 2 times 2 is 4. Right, we get a squared twice, so that's a to the 4th power. Okay, next one. We're just going to write them all out. Right, so we have this 4 times. So x squared 4 times. Right there. Then we go to the next one. This one, we have it twice. Right, so we have 2x to the 4th twice. That. And then we write out all our factors and see what we got. Right, so we have 2 here, so we write them all out. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Right, or you can have them together with 8 total, right? You should have 8 total. 2 times 4 is 8. The next one we have 2 times x 4 times, and then 2 times x 4 times again. Right, from here and here. Then you're going to multiply all these. Right, so we multiply our numbers. 2 times 2, we got 4. Then we look at how many x's do we have all together. We count them up. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is x to the 16th power. Right, so we got 4x to the 16th power. Okay. That's how we do that one. So, and you can kind of see too, if you have all x's here, right? 2 times 2 gives you your front number, your coefficient 4. Hey, look, how many x's we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus 4 is 12. Plus another 4 is 16, right? We have x to the 16th power. Right there. Okay, and 5, or number 6, we have that number 5 times. Okay. See if we can break it down first. We have x to the 4th divided by x to the 3rd. Let's see if we can simplify that first. Make it a little bit easier. Right, so this, so x to the 4th divided by x to the 3rd is x 4 times over x 3 times, right? So basically 4 minus 3, because 3 of them are going to cancel. I'm just left with x over 1, which is just x. right? So that's in the parentheses. And we know that that's going to be raised by the fifth power, right? So this in here is just x in the parentheses. So now we have just x, and it's still to the fifth power, right? And that's all it is, x to the fifth, right? So it's x to the fifth, because you have x 5 times, and that's it, right there. Right, you could also write it all out and do it that way. Let me just show you. It'll work. Right, so you have x to the fourth. We have this 5 times. It's a lot of writing. So we're going to try shortcuts, right? So we have that 5 times. And we can look at the numerators, right? So we have, if we add up all these x's together, like all the exponents, right? 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, or 4 times 5, right? 4 times 5 is 20. So we're going to have x to the 20th power in the numerator. The denominator, we have 3 times 5, right? 3 times 5, right? We got 5 of them. So that's going to be x to the 15th power. And our shortcut, you guys can see, right? So the 20 on the top, 15 on the bottom, they're going to cancel, right? So it's 20 minus 15 is x to the 5th power, right? Because there's 5 extra on the top, right? So same thing. So there's different ways to do this. Okay, so writing out your factors, you'll never go wrong if you write them all out. And these rules, you can learn them and use it as a shortcut. If you're always stuck, just write out your factors and see how many you have. If it's division, right, you cancel common factors. If it's multiplication, you just add how many x's do you have, right? How many of each variable you have, and that's it. And you always get it correct.